Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, my people. Hello, hello, hello. You're welcome. You're welcome once again. All right. I still remain your host of Chayil's Moments. That's my name. And you can call me Chayil. I've told you, and I'm sure you about my video on the name Chayil. Why I adopted that name Chayil. So this is Chayil, and I'm the host of Chayil's Moment. You are welcome once again to my channel. And of course, I said we have been doing quite a lot of videos, and I want to appreciate those people who have subscribed. My return, people, followers who have actually subscribed and they're following me, and I want to celebrate you today. I want to say thank you so much. God bless you. And I want to also encourage people who are just watching me very first time that you click on the notification bell. As soon as I release a video, you are notified. Also, please do not forget to subscribe. That is very important and very key for me. Very key, very important, for me. Subscribe to my channel. I need you to build this channel, with me together. And of course, like, share, this video with people. I'm sure it will be a blessing to a lot of people, especially the young ones who are coming up, and even the older ones who have been married. I'm still talking about relationship of both of single and married. And of course, what my mandate is to also go into health issues, parenting, and lifestyles. Yes, and yes, and yes. And so far, so good. God has been helping us to reach out to a lot of people, from the little wealth, of wisdom that God has given to me as an individual to be a blessing in my generation. And so whichever way, like I always say, I like to make short videos so that you not be tired or bored, to go on to complete watching the video and to learn, more from the little that I have to share. I'm sure there's so many things that people have actually been sharing, but I know that not the little that I'm also sharing will be beneficial to some people. All right, another thing that we want to go and start discussing today, which will be in part 1 and 2 as well, is the issue of marriage breaker to avoid. Marriage breakers to avoid. In other words, things that break marriage. There are some things that breaks our marriage that we need to avoid. Marriage breakers you need to avoid. Marriage breakers you need to avoid. Marriage is beautiful and sweet. Marriage is good. I've been married for 27 years now. Glory be to God. And I'm still in marriage. I've not run out of marriage. I'm still in marriage. God has blessed us with children, and God has been faithful in our lives, in our home. And we are the testimony of His goodness. We have His testimony of His mercy, unending mercy. We are a testimony of His uncommon favor that God has given unto us. It's not everybody that enters into marriage that stays through, no matter who you are. It's not everybody. That's the truth. A lot of Christians have entered, child of God have entered marriage, but yet they cannot manage it and they are out of marriage. Just because we don't have challenges in marriage, I've shared one before, it's not because challenges do not come. It's not because we don't face issues of life. It's not because marriage has not handed over its challenges to us or to me personally. But I chose to, obey God, His word, His instructions. I chose to follow righteousness. I chose to be a woman that God has called me to be. I chose to fulfill His counsel for my life and destiny. And I chose to lay every of my burden at the feet of Jesus as they come part time. And God has made me a victorious woman. And so, marriage is good and is beautiful. However, there are a lot of things that can actually break marriage that we need to avoid as individuals. Now, I want to say that as we go on, like I said, it will be in part 1 and 2. And I know that you will be blessed as you continue to follow me. Thank you so much. All right, let's fly. Let's fly, let's fly, let's fly. The first point is a spouse who consistently lies. A spouse that consistently lies. I don't want my teeth to come out. A spouse who lies consistently. is to break the marriage. Nobody wants to start, living with a liar. And lies is of the devil. Lies also bring distrust. When you lie today, lie tomorrow, and your partner gets to know about it, your partner will never trust you again. So, a spouse, either the two or one of them who lies consistently, of course that marriage will break eventually, because number one, once trust is out of marriage, then that relationship is gone. That's reality. It causes, irreparable, damage in marriage. And a lot of spouses are not honest. In fact, when they meet, they lie. They lie about the work they do. They lie about their family. They lie about everything. I've seen cases, a lot of cases. Years back, I think about 20-something years ago, 27, 28 years ago, when I got married, a brother worked in the church, fervent in the spirit, very prayerful, in fact, doing intercessory department. And he actually asked a sister, in nowadays, when somebody wants to get married to you, it is not dating. You are engaged. And before you can say yes, the pastor of the church must know. They will not decide for you, but at least they need to know about that relationship. And so, this brother has been in church for about 9 years and actually asked a sister out. He married and they were engaged. They prayed about it and all that. And the day of the wedding, and that day also ended that wedding. You're asking me why? Why? Why is the fact that this brother lied? When they finished the dancing and the jollification of the wedding and all that, the reception, in those days, you do engagement on Friday or Saturday is wedding, and everybody will dance and all that, and they will take the bride to the house, and they got to the hotel room where they went for their honeymoon. When they got there, the brother had gone to the bathroom to take, his bath, and the wife also entered. By the time the wife was coming out of the bathroom, he met the brother on the mat. And the brother said, well, this is the God I serve. I only came to church because I wanted a serious sister to marry. I'm a Muslim. And this is God I will serve. Deception. Deception. And you're asking me what will happen? Of course, that is deception. And any marriage, any foundation of any marriage that is built on this deception will collapse. So when you consistently tell lies to your partner, you are actually saying that this marriage, will collapse, will not work. Because it's just a matter of time. One or either of the two will get tired. And it can cause an irreparable damage to marriage. There's no need for you to lie. I always tell people, if you tell me the truth, oh, this is who I am. If I want to go on as a woman, I will go on. Leave that choice to me. But don't lie to me. Tell me who you are. And I want to say that once a trust is broken, once trust is broken in marriage, from either of the partner, forget it. It will take God to bring that trust back, because it doesn't work well like that. That's the first one. The second one is a spouse who keeps breaking promises. A spouse who keeps breaking promises. All the time you say one thing today and you never keep to your promise. As little as, oh, I'll meet you up at home by 8 o'clock. Even if you cannot keep that promise, and you cannot meet that or meet up with that time, courtesy demand that you pull a call through. I'm sorry, I'm not able to make what I promised. I won't be able to buy what I promised to buy for you. I won't be able to take you out as I promised because so happened. You need to let your partner know. But if you keep on breaking promises all the time, then you are writing a letter, to your partner, telling your partner cannot trust you. And I always say that trust is very fragile. It's fragile. Honestly. And I don't know how anybody will go on with a marriage that there's no trust. I don't know how that kind of marriage will work. I've never seen one anyway. So that's one. If you break promises, is one of the marriage breaker that we need to avoid. Once you make a promise, please ensure, not only to your wife, even to your children. If you make promises to your child today, tomorrow, and don't fulfill that promise, forget you can't be a good father, a good mother. You cannot be. You don't just hold the center together. So you need to fulfill your promises, or promise, as the case may be. The third point is a spouse who brings outside influences into their marriage. A spouse who brings outside influences into their marriage. The in-laws and the outlaws. Friends and well-wishers. That everything that happens in the home, your in-laws must know about it, your friends must know about it, the outlaws must know about it. They put their nose and their mouth, their hands and their legs into your marriage. They take decisions for you. It doesn't work like that. It will not work. It breaks marriage. Let me say something that is shocking. A lot of people that you think they're around you, in-laws, outlaws, it's not everybody that wants that marriage to work anyway. And the Bible says once the edge is not broken, the serpent does not bite. Once the wall is not broken, nothing will enter. Once you give room for in-laws, outlaws, friends, well-wishers to come into your things in marriage, that marriage will soon crash. Because they will come with different opinion. And don't forget, a lot of people are opinionated about marriage. A lot of people are opinionated about women. A lot of people are opinionated about the way men treat their wives. So don't forget, they will give wrong impression. They will give wrong counsel. They will give counsel that will be favorable to them, possibly. It's possible that either of you are very nice to one of them and they don't want to lose that, so they won't be able to tell you the truth. Because they know what they're getting from you. So when you expose your home to external influences, in-laws, outlaws, you know, and so on and so forth, that marriage will soon break or collapse. I've seen all sorts. That their major issue is because they actually expose their home to external influences. I just concluded one, not quite a week ago. They started very well. There's so much understanding between the two of them. They know they're much older and matured to get married. They both discussed, they courted for 2 years. And they both agreed to get married. But the only thing that happened to them about 2-3 months ago was the fact that one of them started talking to a friend at work. Oh, my husband don't, this is how much my husband gives me for housekeeping, this is blah, 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 blah. And they was, but this is so much your husband gets now. Why would you be giving you this? And they started. In a subtle way. From there, he moves to another person. He moves to another person. By the time the three of them gather the wife together, you know, brought the wife together, different opinion, different say, no, don't worry. Once it doesn't drop money, then you also hold your money. Start keeping your money in the bank now. And you don't have what to do, know what to do with your money. Then, you know, come and give me. And in a subtle way, they started. And in 1 month, 2 months, the whole thing escalated. I was wondering, what happened? It's not even a sex issue. It's not because you don't love each other. And by the time I started counseling, I said they wept and wept. And I was like, this issue is away. And I found out that even the husband has been talking to people. And they say, you too. Women are not, because they are from different culture. That's another thing. So when you expose your family or your marriage to external influences, in-laws, outlaws, you know, or friends, well-wishers, neighbors, hey, you are writing letter to destruction in your home. And by the way, let me say something. People who are giving you counsel, they take more than what that person is going through in their own marriage. I watched a movie of recent, I was laughing. Because this lady would say, lie. If my husband does this to me, I will never. I can never. I will not allow. I will not do this. I will not. And so the guy, the lady went back to him and started maltreating her own husband. And the man so much loved this woman. Not knowing that the friend who is giving counsel, in fact, the husband gives bass, beats her. In fact, once the husband arrives at home, you know, she'll be shaken. And this other one will say, what have I done? He doesn't want to. And from there, he went to have extramarital affairs because of the cancer of the other woman. Before you know, he got contracted to HIV, blah, 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 blah. It was a nice storyline I watched on television. And I was telling my children, do you see now why you don't discuss or you don't expose your home to external influence? It's a marriage breaker. You need to avoid it. You need to avoid it. Number 4. A spouse who refuses to socialize with your friends and family. A spouse who refuses to socialize with your family and friends. For instance, you know, one of the two, you know, couple might be the one that's very close to the family. For instance, I'm very close to my family. Very close to my family. Because we're raised up like that. And we're all knitted. You know, like that, even as we grow up. But even in the midst of that, we've learned to, you know, draw lines, barrier when it comes to our marriage and other decisions and things that we do. So, if you have a wife or a husband like that who cherishes the family or they're well knitted, you should actually also support in your own way. That's what makes the other person happy. I said, I've seen all sorts. Doesn't like my family. And was it's not doing my family. Okay, so keep your family, I keep my family. It doesn't work like that. And I found out that a lot of people like that, you know, also, you know, have run into issues that has to do with that. So if your spouse loves to socialize with the family and friends, at least one of you or the other party should make, you know, a frantic effort to just ensure that you support your spouse. Because these are little things that people hold in their hands and causes, you know, damage or destruction to marriage. Okay, even break marriage. We need to understand that. Another one is a spouse who constantly talks with his or her ex. Ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-sugar mommy, ex-sugar daddy, whatever it is. A spouse who still talk or have discussion with his or her ex, that is cheating. I would expect that once you're married, you should be emotionally divorced from your ex. You should be emotionally divorced from your ex. As a child of God, I expect you to go through deliverance and break the soul tie. Let me say something. That once you have interaction with somebody or someone before you get married, especially when sex is involved, then there's a soul tie already because it's called question. You're fused together. Quite toss. And there's a covenant. I'm going to start talking about my love series, my love and sex series shortly. And you will understand that sex is not just sex the way we say it. Sex is more spiritual. So when you have sexual intercourse with your ex, either his ex or our ex, you should be emotionally divorced from that person. And once you're emotionally divorced, you know, you should not go back there. Let me say something. No man or woman we appreciate, we love another man or woman sharing his or wife or his or her husband. It doesn't work like that. And it also leads to cheating. And cheating in marriage is another issue, great issue. I'm going to talk about cheating. Infidelity. I'll talk about that one later. It's quite a lot. Because what we call infidelity is not only when sex is involved. So let your past be your past. And your present is now. The past is gone. And the present is now. Stay with the present. Stay with present. Very important. We need to understand that as well. So, these, I've spoken about just 5. Let me give you one more then. Part 2. I'm going to continue with part 2. The part 2 is a spouse who cheats. From where I've stopped, a spouse who consistently speaks, still talks, or have discussion with his or her ex will lead to a spouse who cheats. The 6th point. Cheating is one of the main causes of marriage destruction. When you cheat and your husband feels or your wife feels that you're cheating on him or her, it breaks marriage. Cheating is a marriage breaker. Because all this is built into us. Lack of trust. There won't be trust anymore. And so, for me, if you cheat once or cheat twice, okay, I'm fine to know. I'll never trust you again. So if you're telling me you're going to this place, I know you're out of that place. You're doing something else. And once I start imagining in my brain that you're dating somebody else, and you're having sexual interaction with somebody else, or you're loving somebody else, I will never be 100% be connected with you again. It breaks marriage. Avoid it. Respect your husband. Respect your wife. It's very important. Don't slam this cheating, especially in Africa, in Nigeria. A man will have a girlfriend or boyfriend, and you're still slamming it at your wife's face. That is cruel. That is cruel. Or a woman, you are doing the same. It is cruel, it's bad. These are the things you need to avoid, you know, in marriage. Well, I would like to stop here for the part 1. I'm going to continue on the part 2. And so that we will understand more. Just, you know, as usual, I don't like long videos. I don't like long videos. I don't like 1 hour because I know people will just lose their patience to watch through and to finish it. So I would like to end this part 1 here. I will continue the part 2 shortly and in a bit. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so right now. Quickly subscribe to it. Put your thumb, what are we waiting for, on notification bell, and just click to once I release a new video, you are notified. 3, like, 4, share, 5, leave your comments. Feedback is very important for me. Feedbacks. I want your feedback. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. The Lord Almighty will uphold your home. The Lord will bless that home. Your home will not break. Your marriage will not break. The Lord will give you the wherewithal even to uphold our home together, to be who God has called you to be as husband and wife, in Jesus' name. Thank you so much. Bye for now.